Hey, how's it going everybody? It's your bro, hope you're doing well, and in this video I'm going to teach you guys how nested loops work in Java, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. If you find this video helpful, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your support will help keep this channel running. Hey, what's going on fellow human beings? In this video, I'm going to explain nested loops. A nested loop is really just a loop inside of another loop. To best demonstrate this, let's create a program where we can set a number of rows and columns and display a rectangle of a particular symbol that we decide upon. So in order to create this program, we'll need a scanner. Scanner equals new scanner. Within the parentheses, we're going to type system.in. We'll need an import. Be sure to include this at the top. Import java.util.scanner. Let's declare a few variables. Int rows, int columns, and a string called symbol, depending on the symbol we want to use. And for now, we'll just set this to a blank set of quotes. Next, let's create a few prompts. Enter number of rows, so we will let the user control the amount of rows that will be displayed, and we will store the result within our variable rows. Rows equals, and we need to use our scanner, scanner.nextInt. And let's repeat the process for columns. I will copy everything I have here and change rows to columns. Columns and columns. And we will let the user decide on what symbol they want to display. So within another print line, enter symbol to use. And we will store this within our symbol variable. I guess we could have declared this as a character as well, but it's probably easier if it's a string. Symbol equals scanner.next. Next will store our next token that we type until we hit space or enter. And then this is where the nested loops comes in. We're going to have an outer loop and an inner loop. Our outer loop is going to be in charge of the rows. Our inner loop is going to be in charge of the columns. So let's begin with the outer loop. This will be a for loop. For parentheses, then a set of curly braces. We will add 3 statements to the for loop. The first is our index. Int I for short for index, I equals 1. Then for our second statement, we're going to continue this for loop as long as I is less than or equal to the amount of rows that we have. And our third statement, we will increment our index of I by 1. Within this for loop, all we're going to do is display a print line, a blank print line. So this will move our cursor down to the next row to display the next row of characters. So this is where the nested loop comes in. We're going to create another for loop within this for loop. So we will make another for loop, for parentheses, curly braces. We'll need an index, but we cannot reuse the same one. So let's declare another index, and a common practice for a nested loop is to declare an index of j, because j comes after I in the alphabet, I suppose. So we'll set j to equal 1. That's the first statement. The second statement is that we'll continue this for loop as long as j is less than or equal to the amount of columns that we have. And lastly, we will increment our index of j by 1. Within the nested loop, all we're going to do is display our symbol. Make sure you do this with a print, not a print line statement. So we will print whatever symbol that we have. And that is it. That's it. Let's compile and run this. Enter the number of rows. I would like 4 rows and 5 columns. Which symbol would I like to use? Perhaps the $sign. Hit enter, and here is my rectangle. It has 4 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what happened here is that our outer for loop is in charge of the rows. Our inner for loop is in charge of the columns. Once we enter the outer for loop, we're immediately going to add a print line just to move down to the next line. And then, with the inner for loop, in order to escape the inner for loop, we need to complete all iterations of the inner for loop. So what we will do during each iteration of this inner for loop is print our symbol. And once we print our symbol, an amount of times equal to the amount of columns that we want, we can escape the inner for loop, and once we complete our inner for loop, we can finish one iteration of our outer for loop, but we have to complete the process all over again for the next iteration of our outer for loop. So we will enter our inner for loop one more time and have to reset our integer j, our index, back to 1 and repeat the process for the next row, all the way until our outer for loop is complete, and then we can exit the program. So that's all what a nested loop is. It's basically any time you have a loop inside of another loop. These don't necessarily have to be for loops. You can have any combination of for loops or while loops for this too. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is one example of how a nested loop could be useful, but you may see these in various different types of contexts. So if you would like a copy of this code, I will post all of this in the comments down below. Please don't forget to do me a favor and smash that like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe if you'd like to become a fellow bro.